and welcome to this video where we talk about Defy the Night by Brigid Kemmerer. I have no idea if I'm even saying that last name right, but you know what? That's what you all are here for, correcting me when I'm wrong. Let's just get into it. First things first, if you have not read this book, why are you here? Go read it, go buy it. This came out pretty recently, but it is absolutely amazing. And I can't wait to see what comes of it. I'm hoping it's a series. I think it's a series. I keep seeing things that say it's a series, but like there's also nothing about a second book. Granted that this book came out literally in September and it's just November now. I'm recording this on November 10th. Technically 11th, because it is past 1 a.m. Correction, it is 2 a.m. on the dot. So yes, let's get into this book. Now, first, I'm just going to set the world for those that don't know, don't remember, or are just here for fun. Why? I don't know, but oh well. So, Defy the Night takes place in a fantasy world that it's pretty relatable. There's no like magic, there's nothing really. It's just there's a kingdom, there's this disease, and there are all these people that own certain parts of the kingdom that and there's only one thing that can cure this disease, and only 2 sections of the kingdom actually sell it, actually can grow it, and it's called this moonflower. Now, they just call this a fever, and I'm like, no, my first thought is, okay, it's a fever, why won't you give this disease a name? But I guess it's fine, maybe, I don't know. So already it has me hooked with this fever. There's only one knowable cure, and one of our main characters here, Tessa, for some reason I keep wanting to call her Kate, but that's another main character in like Onyx Library, which I still need to read the sequel to. But you know, so many books, so little time. Which also, if you haven't read Onyx Library, please go do that. It's an amazing book. Don't know about the sequel because I haven't read it. I read the prologue and that was it. And I'm sure it's great. However, that prologue really set me off, and I just didn't know if I wanted to continue, so I haven't. Please let me know if it has a good ending, because I don't know. Anyways, so Tessa's father, he was an apothecary, and she has all of his notes, and she has also noticed while running around at night with Weston Lark, who we're gonna get to later, and giving portions of this cure to people who can't afford the moonflower. She does that. Okay, I'm not explaining this right, but she thinks that there's a way that she can do more with less, and therefore actually being able to spread the cure out to everyone. Now, the thing about this elixir cure thing, you have to take it daily. Like, it's not a one and go. It's not that. It's you have to take it daily, or else you can get infected with it. And also, it works weirdly. Like, there's no supposed, like, actual thing that causes it. Close contact doesn't cause it. It just kind of picks you, and you suffer and die from this fever. I would love for more to elaborate on that, but first to, like, figure out what this is anyways. But maybe that'll come in the next book. Please? Please? Don't be another Crown of Oblivion thing where you end up on an open ending. It seems, and, like, everything's fine-ish at the end, but, like, Crown of Oblivion didn't have a sequel. I'm just of the unpopular opinion that thinks Crown of Oblivion ended not quite closed enough to be a standalone. Personally, that's my opinion. Y'all can disagree with me in the comments. Tessa and Weston, call him Wes for now. Call him Wes, do their runs. They steal moonflowers from the royal sector, and then they spread it out into the wilds where people can't afford to buy moonflower petals to make the elixir. Now, the elixir is also apparently only good for a few hours, and that's interesting. So yeah, Tessa, great character, love her. She's so caring, and sometimes I want to strangle her so bad. Like, I want to strangle her for how nice she is, how caring, how loving, and I'm like, God damn it, as I flail my notebook around here. Now, let's get to Wes, who is not really Wes. Wes doesn't exist because it's actually Prince Korik, who's also the King's Justice, who is basically, why can't I think of the word? Executioner. Basically, that's what the King's Justice is, and that's what Korik is. And oh my god, Korik has too much of a heart to be an executioner. And I wish his brother Harriston, King Harriston, actually fucking saw it, but he doesn't. So yeah, Prince Korik, he runs around with Tessa in the early hours of the morning of, like, when I'm awake at 2 a.m. to hand out this elixir to people who can't afford it, because and it's honestly really sweet, because despite the fact that he's an executioner and he has to kill all of these people who are stealing moonflowers, he's doing exactly that to help the people. Granted, he does make the point that he is not a true smuggler, because he's not doing it to line his pockets. Granted, he doesn't need anything to line his pockets, because he is a prince. And as far as right now, he is next in line, because his brother has no kids, or lover, or anything. But yes, so Korik, love him, he's so sweet, he's so kind. He's just, he's living so many different lives. He's living the life of Korik, he lives the life of Wes, and he lives the life of the King's Justice. He's got fucking 3 lives, and there's only so long you can juggle all of that. I speak from experience because, frankly, I have too many outward appearances that I know I should stop, but, like, it's really hard when you grow up the way I did, having to hide myself for so long. But you know what? I'm getting there. I'm getting better. I'm still I still have the version of myself that I show coworkers, the version of myself I show friends, the version I show family. Okay, my mother because I don't actually talk to anyone else in my family. And then there's just the real me, and I kind of just show that all over YouTube. I don't know why I'm so, like, free and confident in front of a camera, but I am. I shouldn't be, because I upload these to YouTube, which is a very popular platform. But I guess it's because I only have 100 subscribers as of right now. But yes, so Cork, love the man. Cork and Tessa, love that. Love that dynamic. Especially when Tessa finds out that Wes is actually Prince Cork, who's the King's Justice, who is cruel Cork. And so great. I love that reaction. Because she didn't know if she could trust him. She didn't know anything. And then she sees through him so much. And I'm gonna stop gushing over this pairing. And let's talk about Quint. Because what is his role again? Palace Master, I think. But Quint is so great. He's the gossip. He brings all the gossip. He's the gossiper of this entire thing. And he's also he's energetic. He talks and talks and talks and talks. And he's just great. I love Quint. And he's so respectful. He's so great. And he's just a good friend to Cork. And it's amazing. So yeah, I just want to shed some light onto Quint and the fact that I really do love his character, and I hope to get to see more of him. Next, let's talk about Alexander Salister. Now, his name sounds evil, and he is kind of the antagonist. He is an antagonist, but like there's so much going on in this book because there's also a rebellion going on because Hairston and Cork, they can't distribute enough Moonflower to everyone in the kingdom, so it's really hard. But yeah, Alexander, he is a piece of work to be nice. He's an ass, and he has a grudge because he couldn't get what he wanted from Hairston when Hairston was a kid and had asked Hairston to ask his father for like funds on something or something. Honestly, I don't remember. But just like Cork, I fucking hate Alexander. Hate him. He reminds me too much of just one particularly not great person from my past. And I wasn't surprised at all to hear that he was planning to overthrow Hairston. Okay. And Alexander Salister is one of the consuls. He's actually the consul of... I forgot that there's this page in here that tells me what all the consuls are for. So, Alexander Salister is the consort of the Moonlight Plains, which is what is the main production of moonflower petals. And where is it? It's not you. It's an Emberage. Lissa Marpetta is the other place. So only 2 sectors of this kingdom can grow this, and that's why it's in such a limited supply. So, woohoo! And Alexander is always demanding more money for these flowers, and the kingdom can only afford so much. The royal coffers are only so full. But this man does not even believe in anything like that. So, you know what? I'm glad. I'm glad he is... He's not dead. I'm glad he's being held accountable for what he's done behind Harrison and Corric's backs. And honestly, Harrison, despite outward everything, he's honestly, he's good. He cares about his people. He can't show it. He became king immediately after his parents were assassinated. So it was really hard. Let's get on to the rebels. Because there are rebels in this, and that's because people are sick and tired of seeing those who are desperate and decide to smuggle moonflower. They're tired of seeing those people getting slaughtered and killed and made of public displays of, because they're doing stuff out of desperation. And I can see their point, but also there's a limit. What can happen? What can anyone do? Granted, they managed to get 8 weeks out of Salister for medicine for the entire kingdom. So, 8 weeks. They have 8 weeks. By the end of this book, they have 8 weeks to figure out how to fix all of this. 8 weeks is not that long, and I highly doubt it's going to be doable. But you know what? I've been surprised before. Now, one of the rebels, Lachlan, who our dear Tessa, yes, Tessa, yeah. I keep thinking her name's Kate, and I don't know why, but Tessa is even quoted in the book that she didn't hate him. She didn't, despite the fact that, oh my god, when Tessa and Coric went into the wilds from the palace, and everyone found out that Wes was actually Coric, and they beat him up, and Lachlan was just doing a bunch of bullshit and turning people against people who were trying to help. And she even said that she couldn't hate him. Not at all. And I get it. She's good. She's inherently good. Even when she had the means, she couldn't kill the king. But seriously, I hate Lachlan. I do. And I don't know how Tessa's friend, I forget her name, but they worked in the same little work. They were co-workers, we'll say that. And I really don't understand how that girl could love this guy, but you know what? They probably say the same thing about how Tessa could love cruel Cordic, the king's justice. Also, so I've done pretty much all of what I've written down. However, I want to address something, and that is, how the fuck does this book, which has so much happened in it, only cover a few days for most of it? Like, Tessa's only in the palace for like a few days as all of this is going on, and that's starting from about 100 pages in somewhere. And so for like 300 pages, takes place in like 3 days? Are you kidding me? That is like nothing. That's like no time. And so much happens. Like I can't even get over it. And at the end, Tessa's just like, she couldn't believe that all of this had just happened. That she had only been in the palace for a few days, which is what reminded me of this, because holy shit, I felt like weeks had passed. That's what I felt. But no, only a few days, not even close to a week. And I'm like, oh, so much happened. But you know what? It's fine. I really did love this book, if you can't tell by me just really going into this. I love it, and I hope to see the next book. But yeah, great book. Read it if you haven't and you've made it this far into this video. That's all for this video. I hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like. Hit that subscribe button to see more content from me. Ring that notification bell if you want to get notified when I post new videos, because my schedule's not really a thing right now. So please, and I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you all in the next video. Bye bye!